Hello, welcome to this bonus Are You Creative episode where me, the usual host, is the guest because I'm Nick Hearne, but I'm also Costa Man. It's not my name. I didn't call myself Costa Man. Someone else has called me Costa Man. I'm also known as Essex Man and Chelmsford Man, according to Essex Live. Anyway, before Christmas, I did this charity thing where I walked around all 33 Costa coffees in Chelmsford in one day, in a single day, to raise money for Chelmsford Food Bank. £5,000. Don't like to talk about it. A lot of great work for charity. So it raised a lot of smiles. A lot of people enjoyed this mission. And so I thought we could talk about that. So Adam Whitaker, who's the Lorca Media studio owner, is interviewing me instead of me interviewing a guest. And it turned out really funny. Now, just as an aside, I should say, I do not know what I'm talking about when it comes to coffee. I think we talk about Costa Coffee bleaching their beans. Someone told me they bleach their beans. They don't. But I've left that chatting because it was really, really funny. But just in case you're wondering, and legally, Costa Coffee do not bleach their beans. Okay, let's get on with the podcast. Nick Hearne, are you creative? Yes. How's my audio?
Your audio.
I can't really put headphones on because
I deliberately didn't give you
because of my ear flaps.
Yeah. I'm monitoring your audio and
because of the ear flaps. Is the dog all right here?
Yes.
This is Bob Hoskins, one of the 3 hard-working dogs that came on the adventure with me. They say you shouldn't give working dogs in Arctic conditions names because, just in case the worst happens. And
in case you fall in love with them.
Well, just in case you have to eat them, really.
Oh, yeah. Like when the aeroplane crashes, you have to cut the buttocks off your friends and family.
It's best not to form a relationship with a dog. Just dog 1, dog 2, dog 3. Yeah.
Is that how you named them as well on the expedition?
No, they've actually got names.
Oh, like
Bob Hoskins. Captain Fluffy Pants Jr. And Licky Licky Bow Wow. But Licky Licky Bow Wow has actually left us now. He's gone to live in Chelmsford Museum.
Oh yeah, no, that's sick. Actually, Like, how did that come about? Who approached you for the Chelmsford Museum? Because first of all, they've rebranded.
Yes.
Who did that?
I don't know.
It wasn't you.
No,
it wasn't me. Okay,
no, it's very colourful. I like it.
Yeah, it's really basic, block colours. But how did Chelmsford Museum come to you and go, I tell you what, right, this is really current. There's no history to it apart from last week. We want you in the museum. Yeah,
well, the new collection at Chelmsford Museum, I should say the Museum of Chelmsford.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're looking at modern cultural artefacts and what Chelmsford means to you now.
All right, that's
not like
cool.
Basically not old shit. Right?
Yeah, not Roman coins.
Whatever happens now turns out to be the old shit in the future. So, collecting modern cultural artefacts from now, like Costa to Costa, like pot trumps, all of these things are good. And like if Decipio, the people that made the signs, put like the one of their pigeon signs on a boat stuck in the tunnel sign, that is modern Chelmsford cultural history.
Yeah, but that's a real change. It's a real mix-up for a museum to do that because, like, normally a museum just shows historical stuff, right? Yeah. Although this will be historical, when did they suddenly realise that, do you know what, current stuff is better and you'll get more visitors in? Like your thing, Decipio's thing. When did they decide that? Who's running the show now?
Well, Maxine actually approached me. She's fantastic. I did a talk about this adventure at Ignite, and Maxine came up to me afterwards and said, you've got these amazing hand-drawn supporter signs by Candy Joyce, Elaine Tribley, and Jennifer Flint and others. These brilliant signs. They're like modern pieces of art supporting Costa to Costa. And she said, you should submit those. And I said, I'll do better than that. I'll submit those. You can have my original map as well, like I planned the whole outfit, the whole adventure on. And you can have one of my husky dogs as well.
But they were just talking about the posters that your supporters made for you when they came to Odeon Cinema, when you came around that corner. You like, what was that stop, like 25, 27 or something? And like you were surprised because these like loads of your friends and / fans were like, oh my God, you did it. Why did they pick out those posters to be something in the museum when actually the whole thing culturally is great from start to finish?
Yeah, I think they tell the story really. It's to show community support. There's a handcrafted element to them as well. It shows that people were getting behind the Costa to Costa adventure and people were really, really playing into it and bigging it up. And I just think the amount of love and care that went into these signs, the puns were great, the execution was great. I actually said to Jennifer Flint, how long did you spend doing that? She said, I just sat in front of the telly and just started going. And I was like, come on, that probably took you 5 hours, didn't it? Fantastic. In the museum, permanent collection. There you go. In 100 years' time, someone's going to go through the archive and they're going to be like, what the hell is this?
In 100 years' time, someone's going to go for the archive and they're going to just chuck it in the skip. They're like, what's this bit of cardboard with some traditional sign writing on it that Jen Flint done? Who's Jen Flint? No, Jen Flint is legit. She's so good. She's so good at window painting and stuff.
Yeah.
And her signs were great.
Well, I tell you, today's Jennifer Flint signs are yesterday's old moth-bitten leopard skin from the Essex Regiment Museum.
Yeah, or like the military outfits they've got, like those mannequins wearing in the behind the glass in the museum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine if they had a mannequin of me? That'd be so good.
Oh my god!
With kind of like slightly crossed eyes. And
Do you know, it wouldn't be that hard to do either, would it?
no,
It
well,
wouldn't.
I'm not going to go and ask for my signs back. You know, Susie Quattro went and asked for her bass back.
No.
She's can I talk about this? It's public knowledge. Susie Quattro donated a bass. And then she decided that she didn't actually want to give that bass up, and she said, "Can I swap it for another one of my basses?"
Wow, and how long? What was the gestation period of that? Like, when did she give it? And did she miss it? She was like, "I missed the strum on these really fat strings."
That's what she did. Yeah, I think she really missed it. She
Is
was
she
like,
playing it now though?
Yeah. I think she was like, "Oh, actually, that was my special one. Can I have my special one back? You can have one of the less special basses."
One I got from Allegro Music 50 years ago.
Yeah, well, she probably bought one off eBay and said, "Can I just swap that?" Yeah,
It looks
have
the
you actually
same.
played this? Oh yeah, just take it out of the box. Yeah.
I got it out of the box. I strummed it for a half minute.
Yeah.
That's a Susie Quattro bass. Is that Susie Quattro's music? I'm not sure.
Yeah, she does the can with the can, with the can, with the can.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, brilliant. But yeah, I'm not going to ask for any of these artifacts back. They promised to look after Licky Licky Bow Wow. That was the husky puppy.
Oh, that was the baby of the group. Okay.
27 miles was a long way for that husky puppy to go on.
Oh, we need to talk about that 27 miles because how did you plan that? I mean, you know there's that many Costa. We are the capital of Costa in Chelmsford, right?
We've achieved peak costification. I think we have got the highest density of Costa coffees per capita of anywhere in the world.
It's a fact.
In the world. It's a fact.
It is a fact. We are. I read an article about it in the news, and we are the Costa capital. Chelmsford is. There's not a higher density anywhere else in the world.
Exactly. We could be called the Costa del Costa. if we, that's what the Chelmsford Tourism Board could go for. Costa del Costa. We have got the highest Costa per capita. And I've got to say, right, I did my adventure on the 10th of December. What are we now? The 22nd of December.
Yep.
There are 2 new Costas in Chelmsford since I did my adventure.
Hold on a minute. That cannot be true.
2 new Costas. There's one on the Co-op on the High Street, and Big Sainsbury's Cafe has changed from Sainsbury's Cafe to Costa Cafe. 2 new Costas.
Man.
So now we have 37 Costas.
And hold a minute.
In Chelmsford.
What did you do?
33.
33. So you missed a couple because there were some we didn't know about.
They were impractical. Really,
it was too much hard work.
I pushed the limits of human physical achievement, but when I did my planning, it literally could not fit in going to Broomfield or Boreham.
Well, I mean, let's talk about the miles you did and the time that it took, because you have to justify this. Oh, I couldn't possibly do all the Costas, right? But actually, it took you how many hours and how many miles? How many blisters did you have on the bottom of your feet in your fancy Supreme shoes?
Ooh, I should Supreme Timberland collab actually.
Sick.
Snakeskin leather pattern. It's very
I have to say, listeners, those shoes are legit great.
How many miles did I do? 27.01 miles. Now, I have a geography degree, 2-2, University of Reading geography degree, human and physical, BSc, and I know my way around a map. I planned this. I planned it meticulously. I worked it out to be 19 miles. Now, I set my Strava at the start of the adventure.
Hold on, what's a Strava?
Strava is like a fitness tracking app.
All right.
Yeah. Obviously, I use it all the time. I signed up for it for this. I set my Strava off. And when I ended up, I stopped the Strava 27.01 miles. That is longer than a marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Now, that is much further than I thought I was going to walk. And I've got to say, I did make a couple of wrong turns, which were really annoying. I was just enjoying the walk, Once you got the sticks out and you start hitting your stride, the little walking stick things, hitting your stride, you just keep going. And then suddenly you realise you missed your turning. Go back. It's going to add a little bit extra. I was walking for 10 hours.
And that is a long slog, right? But you didn't know it was going to be 10 hours because you thought it was going to be this amount of miles, but it turned out to be this amount of miles. So you started at what time in the morning? Was it like 5?
I started at 5:20 a.m. At the BP garage on... Hang on, was it BP? Yes.
Baddow Road.
BP Road. BP Road?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
The BP garage on Baddow Road. And obviously, when I walked in there at 5:20 in the morning, the guy was so confused. It was unbelievable. He still posed for a selfie with me, though. It's amazing. Anyway, that was my first coffee. I didn't actually get a coffee there. I got a white tea. But I thought that would just get the day going. I like to start the day with tea.
Yeah, I mean, a coffee at 5 in the morning, it can be dangerous because it can get your bowels moving.
I was worried about this. This ski suit is not easy access. And I thought at 5:20 in the morning, and before I'd even done two Costa coffees, having an accident like that could get, that would just ruin an expedition. Things like that have stopped rocket launches before, at NASA.
Diarrhea is going to wreck everything, right?
Yeah, actually, I was listening to a thing the other day, and apparently, when they do rocket takeoffs in Russia, it's traditional. There's a bit where the crawler goes down a dip, and they will just stop, and everyone will stop off and have a wee on the crawler wheel because they don't want to go up to space with a full bladder.
Is that like a good luck thing as well?
Yeah, it's turned into a good luck thing, but it's good to read. So anyway, don't have a coffee at 5:20 in the morning.
So I met you. So I filmed some of Nick's adventure expedition, and I didn't meet Nick until I think it was 6 a.m. at Big Tesco.
Big
Tesco, right? And you'd already done how many Costas by then?
Big Tesco was my third Costa. I had been to the BP on Baddow Road, the Esso on Prince's Road.
Yeah.
And then I was really looking forward to this one because Big Tesco, they do food, so I could have a bacon roll.
Oh, did you get one?
Yeah, Costa do more than coffee and tea. Bacon roll, fantastic. And actually, I was entirely powered by bacon rolls and millionaire shortbread on this mission.
What's the millionaire shortbread? Is that like
shortbread, caramel, chocolate
in a box?
No, it's like a wedge.
Oh, like in a tissue or
it's
something?
Like a wedge. Yeah, in a tissue.
How many did you have throughout your expedition?
I had 2 millionaire shortbreads.
Not many.
I imagine it's a bit like Elon Musk probably has for breakfast. A couple of millionaire shortbreads.
Less successful though. Yeah. Elon, I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, yeah, a couple of millionaire he probably billionaire shortbreads and 2 bacon rolls. Actually, that was all I ate. And 1 cookie. That's all I ate all day. Totally powered by Costa.
All right, and so because you're not a massive fan of the coffee, right? You like a tea much more than coffee. And you also, I know you're a big fan of the full fat Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now listen, I do not like coffee. And I've heard Costa coffee is fucking terrible as well, which is weird. I don't know why there's so many Costa coffees in Chelmsford.
And it's so popular as well.
And I've got to say, their tea was awful as well.
Ugh.
Their Coca-Cola was fantastic because you can't mess up Coca-Cola, right?
Nope, it's a secret recipe, right?
It's just delivered there, perfection. I think that's humans' greatest achievement is Coca-Cola. Nothing will ever beat it as a drink or anything, just anything. So yeah, I had a few coffees. Mostly, I gave coffees to people that were with me or bought coffees for people that were there. Had some teas, had some black teas, had some Coca-Colas. And I even had water once, which is mad. But I thought, just in case I was going to get dehydrated, I better have a water.
Yeah,
I was thinking, what would an athlete do?
Drink water.
Yeah,
not Costa coffee or tea or full-fat Coca-Cola.
There's a reason why you don't see marathon runners being passed hot coffees as they go past aid stations. And actually, there is peril in that because when I went to the BP at Baddow Road, obviously it's 5:20 in the morning. My brain wasn't with it.
That's your first hit as well, right?
Yeah, but I took the coffee out of the hot drink machine and I spilt it on my hand, and I already scolded myself. Like Costa somehow they can heat water up hotter than boiling. I don't know how they do it. It's like Balrog temperature, I said. It's like the middle of a volcano. And that takes about 45 minutes to cool down. So actually, if you're carrying a hot coffee like that, that's a long... When you're thinking like you've got to only travel like 10 minutes, 15 minutes between Costas, that's not long enough.
That's a hand warmer.
But it's not long enough to cool down to be like drinkable.
No.
I end up with a very dangerously blistered face otherwise. But I scalded my hand as well, and I thought, oh, this is terrible. It's going to be bad. My hand's going to end up looking like the Raiders of the Lost Ark guy's face. by the end of the thing. Like, it's beautiful. But yeah, just a skeleton hand holding a Costa cup.
If only you had that blistered face, though, it would have really legitimised the whole Antarctic explorer thing. You know, like when your lips are all like blistered up.
Yeah, he's got a nose off.
Yeah,
he's got no nose.
Oh, he's got a nose off.
Yeah. He's got a nose off. Yeah, I was going to do some makeup because I thought it would look nice to have some like burst blood vessels in my cheeks and stuff, but I didn't need it. I looked ruined by the end of it anyway. I looked like I've been to the Antarctic.
So I didn't see you at the very end, which was, I think, Molsham Street, but I watched you throughout. I basically followed you in stages. I think I did like 4 or 5 stages, and every time I saw you, you were in great spirits. You didn't look knackered, but you had some blisters on your feet, right?
I've got to say, when we were getting near the end, little Tesco, which is town Tesco.
Yes.
About then I started hobbling. And I was really losing my mojo. And actually, luckily I had a guy, Barnaby, who was taking the photos. He was walking with me. He kept motivating me a bit. We only had to go about an extra mile after that. But when
Go the extra mile.
But when I got home, I took my boots off and I found out that my foot was more blistered than it was foot. It was like a blister with like some toes sticking out the end of it.
I seem to remember you saying that you had a square blister on the bottom of your... How does that even work?
I don't know. Yeah, it was a bit like a Minecraft blister. It was really weird. It had perfect right angles on it. It was a square blister on the bottom of it. I don't know. Maybe it was a Supreme thing. Maybe it's like maybe it's an elite street blister. But yeah, a big square blister on the bottom. It was impressive. I said to my wife, "Can you look at the bottom of my foot?" And she's like, "Ugh." Yeah, she's like, keep it a sock on.
So you had a blister, a square one on one foot.
Yeah.
The other foot,
all heel. Big heel blister.
So you must be like, you're walking funny, right? Maybe you should get some orthopedic shoes for the next time you do this.
Yeah, I should get some wedges, get adjusted a little bit.
Maybe just wear Skechers next time instead of Supreme collabs, right?
No way. I would not be seen dead walking 27 miles around Chelmsford in Skechers. I'd never live it down. I mean, people are already recognising me. Like I went to the museum the other day, and within half an hour, someone had put pictures up on a local Facebook group saying, "Costa Man spotted at the museum." Costa Man. It's like the worst superhero, right?
Did someone take photographs of you without your knowledge? Like, they were like, they saw you, like they did like a zoom in?
Yeah, it was like the Sasquatch pictures.
No way.
Yeah, it was me just walking along, and it was like Costa Man spotted at the museum.
Did you wear the outfit?
Yeah, I was in the outfit.
Oh, of course they're going to recognise you then. This is viral, right?
Yeah. So but I was like, I feel like I've had my privacy invaded a little bit there. Like I can't even walk to the museum dressed up as an Arctic explorer.
But did that top up the money going in?
No, it's been trickling in recently. Like,
where are we at?
Today we hit £5,060.
And your target was?
I thought it was going to be about £1,000.
Your target was £1,000, right?
But in genuinely, I thought it was going to be 200 quid.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's crazy. Like it's so nice. And the fact that just some like private individuals have been donating £100, or more is incredible, because I think everyone understands this, gets behind it, knows how important it is to use food, to support food banks at Christmas and throughout the whole year.
Yeah, and we were talking about the food banks before, and it's about, people don't always want the old shit you've got in your cupboards, right? But some people need like nappies for their babies.
Yeah,
some
exactly.
people need this and that, and so actually, is there a way that you can, by donating money to this charity, can they then actually choose what they buy from a supermarket to give to people that are in need of certain things?
Yeah, exactly. Right, food banks. Right, this sounds ungrateful. It's not ungrateful, but if you give them clementine segments and things like that, or like chickpeas, brilliant. They can still use it. They're really happy with canned veg, canned fruit, dry goods like pasta, but also they have weekly needs are very, very different. So sometimes they might need to buy baby formula. Sometimes they might need to buy nappies. So if they have money, then they can buy what they need that week as well. They still love the food donations. I'm not saying don't donate food, but donating money is really, really good for them as well. So, it's not like everyone's going to suddenly be eating lobster. Now that I've raised all this money.
Foie gras.
Foie gras. Quaffing champagne. No, that money will go throughout the year. So that they do have that. And if they need to buy baby formula or anything like that, which they're short of on a certain week, they can go and get that.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And what did Chelmsford Food Bank think about? Because I have to tell you something here. I kind of let the cat out of the bag. I went to Big Tesco, like a day after we shot the initial video, and they approached me at the front of the supermarket. They're like, money for Chelmsford? I was like, no, I've already done my bit for this. And they were like, oh. What do you mean? I was like, you'll find out. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, we just did some fun stuff with a video for Chelmsford Food Bank, and they were baffled. They didn't know what. But shortly afterwards, they would have gone, "Oh, these guys, right?"
Well, it's not the first time that I phoned up someone with some weird, wacky thing. And I remember I phoned them up and said, "Oh, look, I'm doing this. I'm going to walk around every Costa coffee," and they're like, "Uh huh."
So they knew, right?
Yeah, but they were a bit like, okay, all right, weird. And I was like, but I need to set up the GoFundMe. So tell me what the GoFundMe, how to do that. And they're like,
Who did you talk to in the office at Chelmsford Food Bank?
I think it was a lovely lady called Pippa, and they were really, really helpful. They helped me set up the GoFundMe and everything like that as well. But I think it must just be those things where they think, okay, that's all right. This guy's going to raise like 50 quid or whatever, and then when I phoned them up and said, "Oh, it's hit about 3,000 now," they're like, "What?" No, and actually today I went and dropped off the Costa Coffee. Very generously sent 10 £5 vouchers as well.
Whoop, whoop.
Multinational billionaire company Costa Coffee sent 10 £5 vouchers. So I went and dropped those off. I mean, it's nice. Everything's a help, but
Every
obviously,
little counts,
but obviously, if you've got a baby and you need nappies or things like going and buying them a large lattes, not really going to cut it with a voucher. But anyway, I dropped them off and they were very happy but I think they were kind of like a bit like. Yeah, I think that was the guy.
Yeah.
I think that's Costa Man.
This nutcase that's decided to do this? When they first took the call from me, they're like, no, delete his number. Let's block him. He's nuts. He's nuts.
He's obviously over-caffeinated. He's overexcited.
He's so into Costa. That's all he does all the time.
Yeah.
He knows he can go from this one to this one because he does it every day.
This is the difficult thing as well, because a lot of people sort of say, why is it Costa? Isn't this just an advert for Costa? But I'm saying, no, it's not an advert for Costa, right? Half of this is the greatest adventure that's ever happened in Chelmsford. The other half is a performance art critique on homogenisation of the high street and capitalism.
I hear that.
And I don't have to explain that to you.
No.
And I'm not going to say that sentence again.
No, please don't. No, it's too much.
But I think that, people, it's there for people to make discover that subtext themselves. And to think, a lot of people are like, what? We've got 35. Do we need 35 Costas? No, we don't need 35 Costas. You brought
that to their attention straight away because no one was aware of that.
No.
Why would you ever know we were the Costa capital of the UK?
Yeah, they're just sneaking them in. And suddenly people are like, well, have you thought about that one there? Yep. Have you thought about that one there? Yep. Have you thought about that one there? Yep. And they're like, oh, hang on. And actually, why do we need 3 Costas within 80 metres of each other on Prince's Road, Esso, Big Tesco petrol station? And if there's some places there'll be 2 Costas within about a metre of each other.
People got to have their coffee, right? And if it's lousy coffee, they're going to take it.
Oh my God, imagine if you get sleepy in between imagine if you got really sleepy in between Big Tesco and the petrol station. You're like, I just need a little pick me up.
Just one more.
Yeah, just a little espresso to poke me up till I get to Esso. So yeah, I think they are genuinely concerned about people in Chelmsford, their caffeination levels dropping too low, and them getting sleepy. Because Chelmsford's a very productive place. We had Marconi inventing the radio. We had Crompton with his toaster. We've got ball bearings. We've got satellites. We've got weapons. We've got all this mad stuff happening in Chelmsford. All these boffins inventing stuff, and they need their caffeine.
The biggest thing in Chelmsford now is Costa. Let's face it. Like Teledyne ETV, you're dust.
Yeah, Teledyne, forget about it.
Yeah,
Who are they?
You know, you're a massive defence company and doing crazy stuff. Costa is far more important than you.
I think so. You know, eventually we will have Costa plumbed into every single new build house in Chelmsford. And until that time, I'm not going to rest. After that time, no one will rest.
We'll be bathing in Costa. That, you know, it's really good for your skin as well.
Like Cleopatra, like acid, like really acid milk.
Instead of the milk, you're bathing in coffee. Yeah,
your skin looks radiant, Adam. Yes, I had my Costa. I bathed in Costa earlier. Oh, what did you? Oh, latte. Yeah, I don't know. This was mocha actually today.
So you had some support people on your team that day. So you had Ben Watkins.
Fantastic. Yeah. Matt Love, legend.
Yeah.
He met me at 3 different locations.
That was good of him. But what was the one that Ben was drinking that day? He had like a shot of coffee. This is one that people from Costa probably don't know about, right? What was that? Remember the name? You can't, can you? It's so.
I think it was called something like a Rombaldi. I just made that up, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand coffee.
Coffee culture is massive, right? Yeah. But you're not a part of it, and I'm not a part of it either. So we can't really get into that. All the nuances of this particular bean from this part of South America.
Yeah, these little squeeze this bean. Oh, it's a Rombaldi bean. I don't know what it is. I know Espresso Macchiato because that was the Eurovision song by Tommy Cash.
All right.
I know latte.
Flat white.
Americano. I think a latte is a flat white. I don't know. Is it? No, I don't know. Right. I don't know.
What if you go
it's just
there,
a different cup?
Go there and just say, "Can I have a cup of coffee? Cup of coffee, please." What do they give you if you just say a cup of coffee? Or they go, "Here's the list. You've got a lot to choose from. What is it going to be?"
Yeah, there's just it's impenetrable though. As a non-coffee drinker, it is impenetrable. I don't understand what anything means.
But you can't avoid it though, can you? Coffee culture is massive, right?
You can if you want to be a bit richer, just avoid it.
£5 for a cup of Joe, right?
Man, I do not understand like how people can spend about 20 quid on coffee in a day. I don't know. Yeah, Coca-Cola is available, people. It's so nice.
And it's a quid a can, right?
Yeah, it's a quid a can. It's got the delicious, perfect balance of the flavours of vanilla and raisin, and actually the flavour amplitude. You can't actually pick out any flavour. All the flavour is you're like, that tastes like Coca-Cola.
And it's exclusive as well because the recipe for Coca-Cola is kept in Fort Knox. You know it's important when the recipe for your favourite sugary drink is kept in a high security facility.
Yeah. Why have Costa, why do they not have Civic coffee? Do you know about the Civic cat?
No.
The Civic cat's a little cat and it eats coffee beans, but it'll only eat the very, very perfectly ripe coffee beans.
Or do they extract it from the poop?
And they collect it from the poo, yeah.
Ooh.
So Costa, come on, if I'm spending $4.20 on a coffee, I want it to come out of a Civic's bum. Not like literally, not like pull the tail up into a little cup. Here's your Civic shot. It's a bit nutty, that one. It's a bit nutty. But come on, let's get the best beans. Let's get some Civic beans in there.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're a coffee aficionado, you're not going to drink from Costa, right? You're going to have your favourite bean guy that's going to give you all that stuff. Costa's just for regular people driving past. Oh, I'm so tired. I need to have a fix of coffee. I don't care how bad it is. I'm going to have the coffee, right?
I don't know. Yeah, why? I mean, if you're into coffee, you would wait. You'd go to an independent. Or even better, you'd buy it from like Macca and Me or one of these independent coffee traders that are going to give you the best beans. I think Costa like bleach their beans and stuff like that. I don't know what they do.
Hollywood procedure. I'm going to bleach my beans.
Blimey. Yeah. Well, if you've got a big photo shoot coming up, you might as well. But. I don't know. I've just heard this. This is a rumor. Sorry, Costa, you don't bleach your beans. Sorry, I don't know. But it's all gonna be clean. You've got to get that civet feces off of the beans before you put them in a branch in a multinational, haven't you? You can't be serving up civet feces.
Talking about being in the Costas, right? So you went to all of these Costas a lot, and you met every single member of staff on duty that day, right? What was the reaction like from those members of staff? Bearing in mind, like, a lot of these people are young, right? And they're on the socials. So they probably saw your like promotional video that you did. And were people aware of you coming in? Were people like, what the fuck are you doing in my store, man? Get out, you can't do this. How did that go down?
Now, there's a lot of different Costa outlets, right? So there's a lot of concessions in garages and stuff like that. Generally, they were really confused because they've just got to smash stuff out.
What pump number are you?
Yeah, exactly. Pump number 2. Well, luckily not pump number 2. As we've discussed earlier, it's very dangerous drinking too much coffee. But the Costa branches were brilliant. I think they've got a little WhatsApp group and they'd all been telling each other, oh, the Costa man's coming round.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm like the Coca-Cola truck for Chelmsford now. You know, like, the Costa man is coming. Costa man is coming. And so when I got there, they all knew what was going on. They were like, yay. And they said, oh, can we just give you free coffee? And I was like, no, I've got to buy it. I want to buy it. I need my receipts to prove that I've done this in the future.
Is that why you were asking for receipts? Because you wanted to prove that you'd done it?
In the future.
Like people wouldn't believe that you'd done it. This was such a mad cap scheme.
But also just for myself, so I could see what my 33 things were. I like stats.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see what I bought at each Costa, what time I got there, and how much I'd spent as well. All for the stats. But it's so good doing a whole transect of your city in one day, right? I went to every area in Chelmsford in one day.
Yeah, what postcodes?
So there were different vibes.
CM1, CM2, that was it, right? But they're big postcodes,
different
right?
vibes. People in Melbourne, come on, bless yourselves. Melbourne was such a vibe. Like everyone was really up for a laugh, calling their mates over, wanting to get photos, chatting about it.
Where in Melbourne was the Costa? Is it on King's Road?
Little Morrison's, Big Morrison's.
Oh, they've got a little one and
Little
a big
Morrison's,
one.
Big Morrison's, yeah, right next to the tower, next to the dreamy tower. The highest point in Chelmsford.
The big flats, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Melbourne Tower. So yeah, everyone in Melbourne was a vibe. Got out to Channels, Bewley, less of a vibe. There was a guy I knew who worked in one of them, and he tried to hide so he wouldn't see me because he knew I'd get him in some video content. Big up yourself, Mr. Outlaw, and yeah, going all around. And then I think working in retail must be so difficult when you're like keeping a smile on your face, like being happy all day. Everyone was happy to see the Costa man.
Oh my God.
Spreading joy.
I was at the Channels store, right? And we went in there. All we did, we sat outside and Nick was like, oh, do you reckon they might be able to give us the CCTV footage from here? And do you think they might let you go behind the counter to film me going through the drive-through with my sled and my sticks? And I was like, I don't think that's going to happen. But me and the other support guy, Ben, we went in there and they were so great. They were like, yes, please come in. Go behind the counter. You can't just go behind the counter in a Costa.
No.
And then we were like...
access all areas.
Yeah, would you mind just like on your phone, would you film the CCTV? They were like, sure. And then will you airdrop it to me? Sure.
The best bit about that footage is the girl was giggling all the way through it. And you can just tell what she's just having the best day at work. Yeah. And I honestly don't think anyone's ever sledged through the Costa drive-through with Huskies before.
No, and I'll tell you what was also beautiful. It was that when you went through, they said, oh, the guy in front of you is paying for your coffee. People were really into the charity.
Someone that was behind us as well actually got out of their car, ran round and gave me 20 quid as well and said, can you put that in for charity? Oh. Which is brilliant. That's so nice that everyone was getting support. But also, I was kind of a little bit famous before I did it because Essex Live have been covering it. So people knew, look, red suit, sledge, Huskies, Essex flag, that's the Costa man. and they knew what I was doing. You didn't have to really explain it to many people. And I thought that was so sweet that people were beeping their horns and throwing money at me.
Yeah, because that's mad, really. Because like historically in Essex, there's a lot of geezers in Essex, and if you did this 20 years ago, you'd have stones thrown at you. But like, oh, you're an idiot. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But you had such great support from people, White Van Man, just people on the streets, people come up to you going, oh yeah, I saw you on the socials. It's so great that it's all out there and people are aware of it, right?
Well, I think it really helps that I'm an alpha male, like 100 kilograms, 6'3", don't mess with me,
Don't mess with the guy in the red suit and the furry dogs.
I've got to say, if you went for me, my Huskies would pack up. And you don't want to do that. It's a bit like the Raptors in Jurassic Park. Want to go off out your eye line, take you from the side, clever girl, and they will go for the throat. They could take down a polar bear if they wanted.
Yeah, they look really dangerous. Yeah. I know you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know you're a madman in the best possible way. What happened that morning when you woke up and you went, I know what, I'm going to do a charity thing. I'm going to visit every Costa in Chelmsford for Chelmsford Food Bank. How does that even come into your brain? What is the process behind that? People need to know.
Right. Costa has been a meme in Chelmsford for about 2 years now. Like, everyone laughs about how many Costas there are. You can't escape from Costa. It's a bit like rats in London. You know, you're never a metre away from a rat.
Yeah, okay.
In Chelmsford, you're never a metre away from a Costa. Right. So we've been laughing about it for a long time. And I just thought, do you know what I could do? I'm going to go to every Costa to show how many Costas there are in Chelmsford.
And did you think about doing a charitable thing then? Or were you just like, I'm just going to do it for a laugh?
Yeah, I wanted to do it for a laugh. And then I thought, actually, do you know what? It's coming up to Christmas, and I thought it'd be really nice thing to do it for Food Bank. I've done charity fundraising for food banks before, especially with Trussell Trust as well, through Sainsbury's. And so I just thought, this would be a great time to do it because they need the money over the winter as well. And more people are using food banks at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's so sick. It's great.
And because I work in PR and know how to make a story fly, you've got to have an interesting fact, like 33 Costas in Chelmsford. Interesting fact. People want to talk about it, and then you've got to do something silly with that fact.
Look at me in my red suit, right?
Here's me in a red suit, dressed up as an Arctic explorer. I'm going to go to every Costa. So you've got a really strong visual as well. This is I'm breaking down, and then you've got to make some great content around it. You've got to make some fun videos. You've got to make sure that people have something to fall in love with, like the Huskies. My wife thought I was mad when I went to IKEA and I came back with 3 Huskies, but so I bought them off a guy in the car park there.
But it's so good. It's so powerful that you did that. You were like, right, there's loads of Costas and I'm going to travel around. Actually, I'll do it for charity. I'm going to film it. And because you've got the skills, right?
Yes.
You could go, I can edit all this together and I know how to make something go almost viral, right? Because, you got a lot of hits on the socials, right?
Oh, I've had a lot of viral successes in the past as well, yes. I know,
but not personally, right?
The little viral tweaking. Yeah. I've sent a tandoori lamb chop to space.
What about the jetpack into Glastonbury?
Domino's pizza with a jetpack to Glastonbury. Yeah, lots of viral things. I've been on Have I Got News for You twice, and I've had a question on QI about a piece of work I've done in the past. So it's fun. I think you've got to have those little nuggets that people like to share. And I think one of the big things about this for the food bank was making people question what they're spending their money on and what's important. And if you are spending 25 quid on Costa coffees every day, shame on you.
Oh my God, it's so much
Donate
coffee.
to the food bank.
Oh, it's awful.
And actually, do you know there's this little thing called the Helper's High, right? Do you know about the Helper's High?
What is that?
The Helper's High is the feeling, it's a good feeling you get from helping other people, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So there was a bit of science. Can you see how steamed up my glasses are?
No, because you've got a mirror on the front.
I can barely see.
No, you still look like the Arctic Explorer. It's fine.
Yeah, good. So the Helper's High. There was an experiment, I think, in America where they gave people a £10 note. Well, it wasn't £10 in America, obviously, that'd be pointless. $10. They gave everyone $10 and they said, you can spend that now on yourself or you can give it to someone else. And the people that gave it to someone else, when they checked their happiness levels and things afterwards, they discovered they were much more happy and much more satisfied about what they'd done with the money than the people that spent it themselves. And this is the Helper's High. Doing good feels good.
Yeah, it's like unnecessary acts of kindness are far more rewarding than anything else, right?
Exactly. And I know I'm here talking about St. Nicholas here. He's raised £5,000 for Chelmsford Food Bank.
Look at me.
I am talking about it, but actually helping other people and not even talking about it, doing it for its own sake and helping people just to make yourself feel good. That is brilliant, but you shouldn't do it just to make yourself feel good.
Yeah, well, you didn't do it for that reason. You did it because you knew it was important and you knew that you could actually get a really good response from it. And visually, people love that. People, people are like crack addicts on their mobile phones,
Oh, yeah.
And this is great. People are like, oh my God, this is in my city. I know these Costas. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Don't mention crack addicts with Helper's High. This is not the same thing.
Oh, you said high.
Helper's High. Yeah. Now, actually, and the Helper's High. It doesn't have to be financial. You can volunteer somewhere. You can work at the soup kitchen. You can work at the food bank. You can help distribute things. You could just help someone go and tidy up their garden.
You can open a door for somebody.
Go and pick up some rubbish. But you have to do it selflessly.
Yeah.
Just go and do it. Yeah. And it will make you feel good.
Yeah, absolutely.
For community, for society. Dogs.
I
I don't know where that was going. Yeah, but yeah, honestly, the help is high, and if you're not helping your community and you're not going out to make the world a better place, what's wrong with you? Sort it out. Stop being a capitalist.
Yeah. And I think it's brought that to a lot of people's attention. What you've done, people were like, well, why would you ever do that? But actually, you can do it. And it's fantastic. You've raised so much money for such a great cause. It is fantastic. And I think everybody in Chelmsford, they'll never forget it. And the people that are using those food banks, they'll never forget that either.
Well, I hope so. It's sad that people do have to use food banks, and there's a lot of embarrassment that goes with it as well, because no one wants to think they have to rely on charity, rely on the food banks. But it's people with jobs that have to use food banks. There are... you hear about doctors, people, nurses in the NHS that still have to use the food banks as well. So it's an embarrassing thing. And so let's just make it like slightly nicer experience for people.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to use a food bank, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's not like people can just turn up and just get a parcel of food. You have to be assessed. You have to go through things, get vouchers and things like that. So it is like a bit of an embarrassing experience to do. But blessed that there's people there that are working for free, helping people, raising money, donating food. It's so important.
And so where are Chelmsford Food Bank located? Because I'm sure people asked me when we were doing our mission around town, like, where we were outside small Tesco on Springfield Road, and they were like, where is Chelmsford Food Bank? Where are they?
Well, Chelmsford Food Bank, they have loads of different locations. They've got their main place in Gallywood, where they've got their distribution centre. They take all the food there, but they have collections at all the supermarkets. They collect around schools and things like that as well. And then they have different places they'll be every day of the week where people can get their food parcels as well.
So do they advertise that they've got like these satellite branches almost where, right, on Thursday we're going to be in CM2 Springfield, and so like come here and you get like kidney beans and stuff like that? Is that how it works?
I don't think they say it's kidney bean day and Paddo on Tuesday.
Well, I want to make a chilli and I desperately need some kidney beans.
Yeah. What are these? These are pinto beans.
And these are in chili water. I wanted them in salt water.
Yeah, this isn't Del Monte.
You say yes.
Yeah. I wanted to use the aquafaba from this, and it's not the right sort of beans. Yeah. So you just got to Google that, because I don't know where they are, but they'll go out in their vans and they'll take their stuff there, and you can go and meet up with them. They basically want to make it as easy for everyone as possible. Yeah,
but I mean, do they have to set up a stall, right? You can't like go online, get an app, and then order like things from the food bank and they deliver it to you. You have to be at a place, right? It's
hey, listen, I don't know so much, because obviously it's probably people with like accessibility and problems. So I don't know how it works. I'm not gonna.
And it doesn't matter, because you've done a really great thing for this wonderful charity, right? And like it's helped loads of people. £5,000.
£5,000, yeah.
That's an insane amount of money.
That's a lot of kidney beans.
That's so many kidney beans. Jesus.
Yeah, and that's at least 28 kidney beans.
Massive ones, right?
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Yeah. Feed a family of 4 for a month on that massive kidney bean.
Just like cutting up with a steak knife a massive kidney bean like every day, just slice off.
This is the thing, like nutrition's so important as well. So it's important, for the food bank to give people like balanced food and things like that. It's like it's not all just like cans of baked beans and stuff. Like, it's to give people actually like good diets and make sure they can eat well, even though they can't afford the food. Yeah,
people don't just need a can of Del Monte sugared peach slices, which are terrible for you, right?
They will take that.
Yeah, but of course,
especially if Del Monte, top tier, but top shelf product that is.
When you're out on the street,
sorry,
when you're out on the streets, right? Did you have like random people coming up to you and going, "I saw you on the socials," or did you have any people that didn't know what you're doing? They stopped you. They asked you, "What are you doing here? Why are you dressed like this madman? Why are you like binocularing everywhere?" How did that go? Your trip was 27 miles. Yeah. You must have bumped into a lot of people.
I did actually. I had a few people asking for selfies.
Right.
I think 75% of them knew who I was and what I was doing.
75%? That's massive stat.
Probably about 25% of the people asking for selfies just thought they wanted it because I look funny. and then I explained to them and then they liked it. And actually, because we had a QR code on the sledge, a few of those actually clicked through and donated as well. So once they heard the story, they got excited. And I was even in the queue at one Costa, and I got talking to a guy, and he has a charity for football shirts where they collect old football shirts and send them to football teams around the world in Africa and things like that. So it was great, met more charitable people. He was fantastic as well. He hadn't heard about Costa to Costa. I think he donated, bosh, straight in on the QR code. So that was good. Sorry, I forgot his charity. I didn't donate to it. I was very, very tired at the time.
Yeah, it was a long slog.
It was a long slog. But it was nice. I was really happy to stop to chat to anyone, have photos taken with anyone. And I only encountered one negative person.
Let's talk about that one negative thing. And location wise, I know where it was. We don't need to say where it was, but you had someone that gave you a little bit of crap.
He was a very, very self-important man.
What was he wearing? Let's talk about it.
He was wearing a quilted jacket.
Did he have a flat cap?
Those diamond? No, those like diamond quilted jackets.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Sort of golf casual. The sort of thing Alan Partridge would wear.
Yeah. Did he drive a Range Rover?
He drove a Range Rover, a very low spec Range Rover. He got out of it, and he said to me, "Oh, come on, mate. Some of us have got jobs to go to." And it's like insinuating I didn't have a job. I have a very important job. I'm raising money for charity. I've got to feed the huskies.
That's a big job, right?
That's an important job, yeah. But anyway, some of us got a job to go to. And I was like, mate, if you're late to a meeting, that's your fault. It's not my fault, right?
And
be more organised.
But why was he mad at you? Were you taking too much time?
He was mad at me because I was loving life. And I was taking too much time at the counter, telling the lady about what I was doing.
Oh,
yeah, and he was like, "Oh, twitchy, come on, mate." I reckon he was late back from a pub lunch to the office, and they were giving him hassle, and he was late for a meeting. But yeah, at full Alan Partridge vibe, this guy. He was amazing.
Maybe he just wasn't important as he made out he was with his Mark II 1998 Range Rover.
It's a Freelander.
It's a Disco 4.
It's a disco, yeah. I've got our disco parked outside. It's very, very, very strange. But, you get those sort of people as well. They'd be like, "Oh, if they're using a food bank, it's their own fault. Oh, I should get a job. They should be a quantity surveyor like me." And, I think it's just so selfish, people like that.
I think that this has brought, food poverty and just general poverty. People are poor. It's tough in the world. And I think this has brought this to everybody's attention. You've raised loads of money for this. It's great. You should be really proud of yourself, man. And this is going to go down in history, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully one day, just suggesting this.
Well, they put a statue up of you in the town square.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think, next to Judge Tyndall, I think a statue of me with the huskies on the sledge behind me, probably just maybe looking wistfully off into the distance, or like this. But I think the important thing is I should be my gaze should be going directly towards Chelmsford Food Bank Distribution Centre.
Yeah.
So people can track that gaze and know where to go to.
Yeah. Solid.
I tell you what, something really weird happened to me.
What?
I woke up the day after I'd done Costa to Costa, and in my head I thought, was that a dream? Did I actually do that, or have I got to do it today?
Oh my God.
And I thought I just had the most detailed dream, and it was really weird, and it was really surreal. And then I got out of bed like a barely walking. I had a massive blister on my foot, and I was like, okay, I did do it, but it felt so surreal that because it's such a weird thing to do, it didn't feel real. I'd done it.
Do you know what? Because I've been involved in this kind of almost from the start, it never felt weird, but I guess from outsiders, it looked really weird. But then on reflection, once you got everything out and you've told people how much money you've earned, it is so real and so normal, right? Why don't more people do this stuff?
Well, I'm not an athlete as well, which I think was a weird thing for me. I achieved a physical feat.
6'3", 420 pounds.
Well, I'm an alpha male, but I'm not an alpha. I'm not an alpha athlete, right? And so to walk 27 miles was crazy for me, and to be walking that long without just sitting down and playing computer games for a bit, it did feel really, really surreal, and just sort of playing it back in fast forward in my brain through my whole route, around Chelmsford and all the sights I've seen and the things I've seen. Oh, I love it. You saw so many things that you would normally see. I found a road called Barnaby Rudge.
Yeah.
I want to live there.
Yeah, in Newland Springs,
Barnaby Rudge. Huh?
In Newland Springs, right?
Yeah,
they're
Barnaby
all poets'
Rudge.
names, aren't they?
Oh, is that what it is? It's such a great name.
Yeah.
Barnaby Rudge. That's been entertaining me for the last 12 days. Just like saying it. Barnaby Rudge.
There was a store in Chelmsford called Barnaby Rudge years
Really?
ago as well. Yeah, it was a fashion store. Yeah,
Well, what? They're just selling Rudge.
Barnaby Rudge. Yeah, they've had Pepe jeans.
Oh, nice! I love that.
Yeah, that was a tangent. Let's move away from that.
This one is called Bob Hoskins. He's got a very, very gruff voice.
And he's tiny.
He likes a long Good Friday walk. Bob Hoskins. Hello. Was Bob? Oh, hang on. And who killed Roger Rabbit? That was Bob Hoskins in the field.
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh yeah, who framed him?
Not who killed Roger Rabbit.
Who killed Roger Rabbit? That's a different one. That was the 18, wasn't it?
It was a local farmer.
Yeah.
It's all over. You finished it. You completed it. You maxed it out. What is next for Nick Hearne, creative director, and what is the legacy that will be left behind?
Well, I gotta say, Costa Man is retiring. Shock news. This is actually probably the last time you will ever see Costa Man, unless I need to bring Costa Man out of retirement for a fancy dress party in 10 years' time, or the One Show. I'm still waiting. Just call me, yeah. So Costa Man is retiring. Hopefully, the legacy that we're leaving behind here is one. It's made people think about the food bank and realise why there's a food bank, who uses the food bank, what food banks need, and actually the current state of food poverty, and the fact that this is something that is in our community. Chelmsford's actually quite a wealthy city,
yeah, right.
And we still have people needing to use the food bank. And so I think for people to realise that charity's there, how important it is for our community and society, that's great. I think secondly, to make people think about just their consumerism, capitalism. Should you keep buying Costa coffee? And people say to me, why are there so many Costas? And I say, if people are buying coffee from Costa, Costa will open more Costas.
For sure.
If you don't want Costa, don't buy coffee from Costa. Go and visit one of the independent coffee shops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and support them. And then before long, Costa dying out. Oh, there's only one Costa. Now there's 38 First Drink Syndicate outlets. No, we've created a monster. But how good would that be? So, support independence. And if you're complaining about the homogenization of the high street and thinking like, oh my God, every high street is the same. Well, there's a way you can do that. You can actually go and support the independent shops.
Yeah, stop
Give
buying
them your
from,
money.
Stop buying from those ones, right?
Stop buying from the global multinationals. Support independent, and then every town will have its own spirit again and feel different. And it won't all just be like Popeye's Chicken, Wenzel's, McDonald's, Burger King, Costa, Five Guys, Costa. Keep M&S food, I like that. Costa. and let's support these independents. And they are there. We've got loads of good independent coffee shops in Chelmsford. They're just not directly on the high street.
Yeah, you can't drive through them ordinarily.
You can't sledge through them.
No,
I mean, I would like to try. But maybe I will.
What's going to happen with the red suit now? So has it been washed since the expedition?
No.
Or is that still stained with sweat, blood, tears?
Yeah, coffee, Coca-Cola, tears, dribble. I think I must have walked through some hedges as well. Like there's a lot of weird marks on it as well. But I feel like it'd be a shame. You can't wash these things, If the museum did come to me and say, we want to make a whole room about Costa to Costa, we want to put a mannequin in the suit, and I'll say, well, sorry, I've washed it. And they're like, well, it's not OG, is it?
It's not OG anymore.
Go and walk another 27 miles in it and bring it back. Yeah, it's got to be OG. Did Susie Quattro wash her leather jumpsuit before she took it in there? I doubt it.
Yeah, no, she was saving on washing machine capsules. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a reason why it's in a glass case.
Nick Hearne, Nick Hearne, legend. If you don't know him, follow him on all of the. Where are you? Well, how can we find you, Nick? Are you creative? First of all?
ir.u.creative.podcast. You can find me at Mr. Nick Hearne on Instagram.
And Alpaca Antenna.
Alpaca Antenna, yeah, for my design work.
Super creative guy.
So many different places.
Yeah.
And look out next year because I will be doing something else to put Chelmsford on the map. Chelmsford is going to be famous for another thing that's not Costa, because we do not want it to be the Costa del Costa. We want it to be the birthplace of the radio, but also maybe something else. And you got to watch this space.
Watch
Big up Crompton.
Watch the space.
Yeah, watch this space. It's going to be Crompton related.
Thank you, Nick Hearne, so much. Look Look at the dog clapping. Oh my God, he's really
He's
good at
very,
that.
very, very, very well trained.